Welcome to Let Me Clear My Throat Sports Talk Show, where we dive deep into all things sports. Brought to you by your neighborhood Gumbies and Jill's Gentlemen's Club. Let's get into it.
Well, everybody, we gassed up the tank, hit 79, and made it to Morgantown. This week, I'm excited to bring you the West Virginia Competitive Cheerleading Squad. Not only are they national champions, they might be Guinness Award winners. They are everything under the sun. Ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Let's take a minute. Let's share who you are.
I'm Kylie.
I'm Mackenzie.
And I'm Asia.
How long have you guys been cheerleading in your life?
In my whole life, I think probably around like 13 years now, I want to say.
Yeah, I think I'm around 13 to 15 years.
Yeah, since I was 3, I've been doing something cheer.
Yeah.
So this is something you do at every aspect of your life from schooling. So from 3, what would you do like when you're 5, 7 on to middle school? How does cheerleading work throughout your entire life?
So even when I went to middle school, I wasn't doing all-star cheer in middle school, so I was strictly just at all the games, flipping across the court, trying to just be one of those big high school cheerleaders.
Yeah, I did like sideline cheer. It was called like Pop Warner cheer. So it was just kind of like cheering for like the little kids doing football, basketball in like middle school. And then I moved on to All-Star.
Mm-hmm. When I was about 8 years old, I started all-star cheerleading. And then our gym unfortunately closed, so then I had to move to middle school and then high school cheer, and then I was here.
So when did you all take competitive cheerleading, let's say, more seriously? Made this something you wanted to do maybe when you got to college?
When I was 12 years old and entered my all-star gym, I knew from that very second that I was going to do it forever.
Yeah, I was 9 when I first stepped foot into the All-Star community. And then I still did sideline for my high school team, but All-Star was like where my heart was at.
Yeah, I would say around 10. I just fell in love with the sport so much and competing. I have kind of like this outgoing personality, and I always want to like show off and things, even though I probably wasn't the best, but I had such a great time, and that's when I started taking it seriously. I want to keep doing this until I go to college.
So when you were growing up, your friends, did a lot of them cheer? Is this something you kind of had to do on your own and maybe lose a little bit of friendships? How was it amongst you guys growing up?
Well, you know when you're little and all the kids are downstairs hanging out, flipping around, they're doing cartwheels, whatever. Being an all-star cheer at that time, it was kind of just like you were better than them at it. So like, I mean, it really just depends. Like some friendships stayed, some friendships lasted.
I was actually the only girl in middle school who did cheerleading.
Awesome.
So I was the one out at recess helping all the girls do like back bends and cartwheels and stuff.
All right.
But then once I got to high school, I think it was like everybody was going to that high school for cheer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a total vibe switch because competitive cheerleading, I would say, has definitely been more disciplined for me and everything, and I would have more time spent at the gym. And All-Star was like almost every day except one day. So it felt like maybe the social life was kind of like with regular friends, not really working out with my schedule, but I felt more disciplined, and it really shaped me to be the person I am today.
So we talk about all-star cheer and competitive cheer. What is the technical difference between that and what we do on the sidelines for the games?
So all-star cheer is kind of like if I'll reference it to like basketball, how there's like AAU teams.
Okay.
So it's basically just one big gym with a whole bunch of different teams and levels. It goes from tiny to level 7. Like, it doesn't matter. Everyone who joins All-Star will get put on a team. The only difference, I mean, you still compete. It's just now that you're here at WVU, you're not in a gym. You're competing strictly for the school.
What would you say is your biggest challenge about cheering and balancing your social and school life?
I think it's self-discipline, really. Like, you need to force yourself to get your schoolwork done, but then you also need to be disciplined enough to show up to practice on time and like time management almost in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned time management just through cheer, having every night have to do my homework, getting up, make sure I'm eating right. There's so many things you have to think about at one time, and I feel like that just makes it kind of feel intense, and maybe some people may experience like some burnout, may feel like they don't want to do it, but they're actually really building themselves up in good character.
When you were looking at colleges, did you know of competitive cheer squads that you might want to look for, or when you made it to West Virginia, you found out that they had this and then this was something you wanted to pursue?
I always wanted to come to WVU
Okay.
strictly to be on the cheer team. I've never done sideline cheer, so it was only the competitive team for me.
Yeah, my decision was if I didn't make the cheer team, then I would go to a different college because I wasn't ready to give up my cheer career yet.
Yeah.
So it was like if I didn't make the cheer team, then I was going to a different college. So ultimately, I made it and stayed here.
I didn't want cheer to end after high school. I was like, I'm going to school to cheer.
Right.
You know, so I looked into this program, I found it, tried out. Best years
Now
of my
look
life.
at you.
Yeah, look at you now.
Well, and you said it yourself, you use it a lot for your discipline. Do you feel that's what helped you stay on track throughout college?
Most definitely.
Oh,
Kept
yeah.
me sane.
Everybody?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Well, when we come back, we'll learn more about what competitive cheerleading is here at West Virginia, what a club sport does, and how much work you put into that.
If you're gonna make a run and you plan on having fun, the one place you should know, Gumby's Grab and Go.
So a lot goes into competitive cheerleading, not only on a national level, but here on the club level. Walk us through what a club sport entails. A lot of this you guys do on your own, correct?
Yeah, so our club sport is a student-run organization. So we have a board, so like we have president, vice president, social media, fundraising, whatever you can think of, we have it on a board, who ultimately make majority of the decisions. We do have 2 advisors and 2 coaches that do help us out a lot, but most of it is strictly just us kids running it.
How many hours do you guys put in a week practicing for your cheer?
10.
Yeah, 10 at least on the minimum. You gotta think like 10 hours of cheer, but then you also have to think like we have like 6 a.m. workouts at least one day a week, and then what else time you're putting towards working out.
How many hours do you work out on your own, aside from cheer?
I would say at home at least like 1 to 2 hours, because
Yeah.
all of us like would live in an area where we can access a gym. So if we want to put in that extra work, because it's crunch time, we want to do that. So at least an hour.
Even just going to, not even just working out, going to local cheer gyms when we don't have practice to work on our skills is something that we still do.
So a lot of the universities have counselors to keep them on track when they're also playing their sport. Is this something that was provided for you, or are you also your main manager of that as well?
We also are our main manager. We have advisors that really do help us out a lot. They'll make sure our grades are okay. They'll tell us where we need to be, when we need to be, when us students don't set anything up. But other than that, the school does not really provide us with much.
So let's talk a little bit about the cheering and the trophy behind us. Where was that, and what kind of tournament is that?
That's was it National Collegiate Championship? That's in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Roughly how many teams compete in this?
There's probably more than like 900 teams that compete all together. However, there's different divisions. So in our division, we only competed against, not only, but we competed against 23 other
Awesome.
teams.
How do they judge you? How do you rank, and how would someone walk away with the title?
Well, there's 2 days to the competition.
Okay.
So day 1 is like 25%, and then the next day is worth even more, 75. So our goal was to hit one day and hit the second day, and then it just secured us. What a
You do
time.
your own fundraising to get there.
Yes.
Walk us through that.
So we will host a whole bunch of different fundraisers. If it's just going through the car wash and entering a promo code, or we have a golf fundraiser where people can sign up and come golf and try to win something from us. We also have sponsorships where people can sponsor the team or even just donate to the team. But it costs us about $40,000 to get to Daytona that us girls have to figure out how to get it ourselves.
And it only gets pricier every
Every
year.
year.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
going to be my next question. Is Daytona something that you go to every year? Does the venue change, or is that somewhere where you guys like strive to get to?
It's the same,
same
every
every
year.
year.
And we don't, people normally associate Daytona with the band show. It's
Right.
a huge thing on the beach where people perform, but we're actually inside in the convention center,
Okay.
which I prefer AC's great. I love AC. Me and AC get along. But it's really great in there, and it's just the same amount of atmosphere as it would be on the band shell, I feel.
Your parents travel to watch you guys as you go along?
Yeah. My mom, if you knew her,
Yeah.
travels.
Parents, grandparents, everybody's there.
Siblings,
For me.
yeah.
Partners, teen boyfriends.
When do you guys plot it out? So obviously this year just ended. Are we already pushing for the next year? Or
Absolutely.
Is it
Yeah.
a full year commitment?
We
you
had
guys
tryouts
We-
2 weeks after we got home
wow.
from Daytona.
So we already have a team set up,
Yeah.
and we're really just waiting for August for everyone to come back for us to start digging into those practices.
When do you, so when we met off air a little bit ago, a lot of your first practicing was conditioning.
Yes.
How much of that goes into cheer?
A lot. We will condition for probably like the first month that we're there every single day. Well, 2 to 3 times a week for the first month for at least 3 hours. And then, but it really helps us because we need that stamina, the just strength to get us through the 2-minute and 15-second routine because we're doing a lot of stuff during it.
How often or when would you put in the routine? So how often do you practice that? And is this something that you just throw in all at one time or you do it incrementally?
Incrementally. Yeah,
for
we
sure.
get what choreo and
Well, yeah, a
October?
choreographer comes in around September,
So,
October.
I'll stop you there. Someone who doesn't know anything, what is the choreographer?
It's just a choreographer is somebody that makes your routine.
Okay.
So they will give us a pyramid dance. Like from the moment we step on the mat, he will make our entire team
Awesome. Okay.
routine. So he'll come for about 2 or 3 days and teach us a routine, and
Okay.
then we'll have from October up until we leave for April to perfect that routine and do it every single time we practice until we can get it perfect.
We're here at the rec center on campus. Is this normally where you guys practice? And is it on you to set up those practices, reserve gym time, and all of that?
No, we practice at Milan Park.
Okay.
This is the rec center. This is kind of like our second home if Milan Park doesn't have any availability for us. So that's also kind of a thing that we juggle too. If Milan Park is closed, we have to come to the rec, and then we can't do our whole routine because we don't have mats. It's just a lot of things with that. But we do come here and condition and practice sometimes if need be.
Awesome. What about West Virginia drew you here? You said you always wanted to come here all your life. What was it?
I'm originally from Northern Virginia. I genuinely just didn't want to stay in the state of Virginia, but I didn't want to be too far to where I will be able to see everybody I went to high school with. So regardless, it'll take me 3.5 hours to JMU or 3.5 hours to WVU. So.
yeah, like I said, if I didn't make the team, I was going to a different college. So like when we were leaving tryouts, my mom was like, you know, if you don't make the team and you don't want to go here, like I will screw the deposit. We'll go somewhere else if you don't make it. But I made it, so.
Yeah, I'm a West Virginia native. I've been here for a very long time, like growing up. So the country roads already took me home.
Said it so well. Lastly, what would you say to kids that, someone like my daughter who's 7 getting into cheer, what would you tell them to get to this point?
Just never give up. Even if, doesn't matter how old you are, what level you are, if you put in the time at the gym and are really dedicated to what you're doing, it'll take you so much further than being the perfect cheerleader.
I would say have fun. Like you don't have fun if you aren't doing what you love. And I think that's something that's always kept me going is like, I love what I do, so why would I want to do anything else?
Awesome.
So just love what you do and have fun.
Yeah, I would say just commit. It's something you can fall in love with and maybe have a love-hate relationship with, but it's something that really changes lives, and it's something that's very undermined in our current times, and even back in the day when it all started with Bring It On and having stereotypes really built off of that. Like choreographers aren't just the dude that does the jazz
Spear
fingers
fingers. Yeah.
and things like that. So commit to it. You'll love it.
If someone was looking to make donations to help get you to where you need to go, how would they go about that?
Reach out to WVU Comp Cheer's email, and we will provide you with a packet on a whole bunch of different donations you can make, sponsorships. It will really help the team out.
Every little thing helps.
Yes, please.
Jill's Gentlemen's Club is Ohio Valley's party headquarters. There's nowhere better to have a party than Jill's Gentlemen's Club. We specialize in making sure your group experiences a one-of-a-kind night. When looking for quality entertainment, Jill's Gentlemen's Club is the place to be. Jill's Gentlemen's Club, a class act.
All right, so when you make it to Daytona, what does the competition like? We said it was 2 days, but walk us through like your average day.
I would say day one just being something, it's a lot of people, especially rookies on the team, it's something that breaks the ice. You're going out there, you do it one time that day, and judges are judging on execution, pointed toes, stunt bobbles, falls, anything like that. They're looking at everything. So there's like about what, like six or seven judges on the panel looking at every little thing, each one looking at different things. And it's just a lot of pressure that can be on people. But again, that's day one, 25%. And then say, for instance, like we did, we hit day one, and then day two, we have to hit again because there's a lot that goes into day two. It's way, way more harsh than day one. But there's just like so many things that go into it. I just remember every year it doesn't get easier or better, just that anxiety and butterflies in your stomach before you run out and set up.
How long are your days? Is it sun up to sundown and more?
In Daytona?
Yes.
So in Daytona, we'll get there around probably like 2 days before we actually compete the first day. The day before we compete, we'll have a practice day. So we'll go outside in the grass and just run our routine, do our stunts, just strictly practice, have conference meetings, what we should fix, what we shouldn't fix. And then on competition day, we really just wake up, get ready, go to the convention center, get to practicing, and then we're on the floor. After day one, they will come out with our rankings.
Okay.
So we knew going into the second day that we were in first place.
Awesome.
So it definitely put a lot more stress on us. Day two, knowing we're in first, wanting to stay in first.
Hardest thing imaginable.
What does some of the judges give you as far as feedback? And what are some of the things that set you apart from your competition to put you in first?
So I remember last year, after day one, our biggest thing was just our jumps.
Okay.
The team does have good jumps, they just wanted our jumps a little bit better. We practiced our jumps all night. We went into day two, we got a good comment on our jumps.
Yeah, I would say something that put us a little bit in front of the rest of the competition was our stunt difficulty. We really work on doing a clean stunt, but then also like maxing out on our scores. So like I think our stunts are maxed out at a 10. So it's like how close can you get to 10 on your performance?
What makes something considered a difficult stunt?
I think it all depends on the different levels that you're on.
Yeah.
It really just depends on the division.
Okay.
So we're in the Intermediate All-Girl Division, so we can only do so much. We try to look and see what will max us out. That we have a paper that has every single skill on it that will tell us the most difficult to the least difficult. So obviously we're always aiming for the most difficult. We'll put it in the routine. If it doesn't happen to work by the time we're going to Daytona, then we'll just water it down a little bit, but we always try to max out for sure.
Yeah.
Day two, when you had the lead, what was your day like? Were you towards the end, or did you get out there and get your routine out of the way and kind of sit and wait and watch everybody else?
I would say we all had high hopes that day and just we do this thing where we hype each other up. We have a bus ride, we have a speaker, we got parents waiting for us when we get off the bus hyping us up. It was just positive energy throughout the all day that really got us through, because if you had negative or too much nerves, it could have been too fickle.
Right. And since we were in first place the first day, we had to go very last day two. So we had to wait around all day for everyone else to go. And then I think we performed at like 7:30 or something like that. And we didn't get to awards until around like 9.
Yeah.
So.
Was there a team that made a big jump that you were a little nervous about towards that second day, or were you guys always at the top?
I don't think I really paid attention this year. I think I
We
was
focus
just
on ourselves.
Right, yeah, we
Good.
try and focus on ourselves so much, and then like hearing that you're in first, it's like, okay, you've really got to stay in the zone and worry about yourself and not worry about anybody else.
All right, Michael, you're killing me.
Why?
You've talked about day 1 and day 2.
Yeah.
We all want to know. These ladies were described as a symphony. What did the judges tell you? Where did you place? Tell us. What was the end score?
What was our
What was the
score?
end score?
What was it, 94?
It was a 94 point something.
So, ESPN described you as a symphony of movement. How do you get there? How much does it practice? You said you girls hype each other up. Obviously, you should have seen it when they describe you as such. So, what takes to get there?
Locking in.
Right.
A lot of us, yes. So a lot of us, we get into practice. We have fun, and we just enjoy each other's company, and that's what gets us through practicing and doing routines. But there were moments where it was time to lock in, and we had a goal, and we had 2 chances.
What
It-
was
it
the
was so
winning
big.
score?
We finished with a 94.3.
Awesome.
So I think our second place in the division was a 93. So we almost won by a full point, I want to say.
And that's huge.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I was going to say.
huge,
Is a full point
especially
a
in our
big deal?
division. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys work on decimals, and then if you get a big point above, that's a big jump.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so close. It's mind-boggling sometimes, and it's just like, ugh, it just keeps you on the edge of your seat. which is what
Usually
makes
the
it really
first
thrilling.
5 teams are separated by .0 something. Like
Oh,
it's
wow.
super close.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to say you guys had a full point, that's a big win.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. One last question. Did you guys win a world award? Let me stumble that. Did you guys win a world award? Like a Guinness award or anything like that?
I don't think we did.
No.
Okay.
I
Then
think
let's scratch that.
we're just,
A symphony?
yeah, we're
of
just
Guinness?
national champions.
Like Maddie said.
Awesome.
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
For this week's Plays of the Week, we're going to take you inside their routine, and we're going to show it for you all now.
Blue and gold, let's break the mold. WVU coming in that golden blue.
Golden blue, coming for you. What you gonna do?
WVU holding down around here. Better have your golden blue when you see a mountaineer. You done heard about me, West Virginia University.
Gotta looking left, looking right, 'cause they're in danger. We don't play around, we don't deal with them haters. Popping off and serve 'em up, this is not a game. We are super fierce, we can never be played. Standing tall, we own the climb. Pushing limits every time. With every step, we claim the heights. A mountain shore, shining bright.
You know that we gon' leave them dry like when the fountain clears. Blue and gold, that be the color, taking haters out the ear. Just in case you never heard about the Mountaineers, go to the top, you'll find the spear. I said it loud and clear.
From the mountains to your town, golden blue, we rock the crowd. Mountaineers here, don't you dare get in our way. WVU, only way we're here to fight. Golden blue, I'm on the mountain, free to tell this back to back. Mountaineers, come back, that's your breath. WVU, we're making our claim. It's our time to rise, to take the stage. Our moment is now. It's ours to own. We shine so bright, yeah, that crown we will own. Mountain strong, the journey's clear. Pushing forward year by year. With every move, we lead the scene. Mountaineers ready to more than keen. Mountaineers got to shut it down, so look out. Got to show you what WVU is about. It's a blog with a bow, got to sell your dough.
What's something little that you all could teach me that we could show to the viewers that you do before, after, during a routine?
we have a chant that we do after every practice, good or bad, no matter what, before we go on the Daytona floor. We'll do it. So we're going to teach you how to do it.
Okay. So you gotta put your hand in the middle.
All right, and then I'm going to say something, and then just repeat after me.
You won't be alone.
WVU.
WVU.
All girl all day.
All girl all day.
Do it right, do it tight.
Do it right, do it tight.
Muskets raised. Okay. All girl all day, all three. 1, 2, 3.
All girl all day.
That's a wrap for Let Me Clear My Throat Sports Talk Show. Big thanks to our sponsors, your neighborhood Gumbies and Jill's Gentlemen's Club. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and keep the game strong.